Because she's the husband.
What's it? I go tell people it's an educational show. And we give free education.
Boy.
Mother. Vloggers. You don't want us to be Dominican Lagan and travel and people asking us about Dominican and we don't know the answers, man.
Yeah.
Today, we're here in the city of ROSEAU once again with two of, honestly, one of my favorite artists in Dominica. I just like their music. I just like these Swift brothers. I just like these Swift brothers. And today we're here with Maxian.
Yes, man.
You know, and we're here with
Mikaj.
And both of them belong to a very nice band, Smith Brothers,
The
doing
Smith
great
Brothers, yeah.
music. You know?
Cheers, man. Yeah.
But Maxian,
Yeah.
you guys on Watsthis. You guys on Watsthis. You check, it's Watsthis. It's a game show.
Okay.
It's a game show where we go on the street and we ask a few questions to find out what Dominicans know about Dominica. So it's just Dominican questions. So
Okay.
Maxian, you guys feel comfortable or
Not well.
confident that all you know Dominica that well?
I think so.
Can try it, man. Can try it.
You can try it.
Can try it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Not too hard.
Some of the questions is amazing or some people don't know them. And it's questions about Dominica that we as Dominicans should know or must know.
Yeah.
So when we go outside there and we want to talk about our country, we have a lot to tell people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's DA, you know, it's DA. We asking Dominicans questions about DA to see if those Dominicans know about.
Well, I'm not a Dominican, so.
Where you from?
I'm from Guadeloupe. I born Guadeloupe.
So it's a Guadeloupean then? That's how they calling it now?
French. Just say French.
Is it Guadeloupean?
Just say French.
Or French then? Dab that.
Just say.
Guadeloupean. But anyways, you don't. But you here for a while. You know?
Yeah, I have an idea.
Yeah, you have a passport.
Yeah.
Diplomat.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? We have Mother Block and today our theme with educating about the parishes. You know we have several parishes. I can tell you that we actually have 10 parishes in Dominica.
St. George, St. Luke.
Yes, that kind of thing. But anyways, you know what? But the first question I have for you guys can answer together. You can discuss. You can decide who's gonna answer. It doesn't matter, but answer in an orderly fashion.
Okay.
I don't want you saying something and then he says something else because he think you and him have the same answer. You can discuss. It is a team effort.
Yeah.
You understand?
No problem. Okay.
What parish does the village of Saint Joseph belong to?
It's a.
Dun 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 5 seconds.
Let's do it.
Let's start off with a very nice, easy question.
Alright.
Alright? Are my questions here? And the first question I have for all you. Now you can either take turns, we can discuss it with each other,
We can go together.
or we can go together. You know? Alright, the first question is about our parishes.
Okay.
And what parish does Saint Joseph belong to?
St. Joseph?
Yes. What parish does Saint Joseph belong to? You can take your time. You have your time. Think about
St.
it.
Joseph is like a parish. What do you think about it?
That big?
It have Saint in it.
It has Saint.
Yeah.
But what parish does Saint Joseph belong to?
Wow.
And you know all our parishes like that, you
I think
know.
it's
You know, like Saint George, Saint that,
Saint John.
Yeah.
Saint what? Saint John.
Yeah.
Bro. St. John is here, right?
Saint John is here. It's Roseau.
St. George.
St. George. So St. John.
So we in Saint George.
I'll go where you say.
So you saying Saint
John.
John.
Yeah. John.
Saint John. Yeah, man. What's your name, brother? Chris. And Chris is from Granby.
No, Pishle.
Pish. You from Pishle?
Yeah.
That's not the same area, nah?
Well, in the south, but
Yeah.
this we can say.
Yeah. Okay. So Chris, today, me ask you a few questions about the parishes. And the first question I have for you is a very easy question. So all I want you to do is just listen to the question, understand it, and then answer the question as swift as possible. I would like an answer. But if you don't know the answer, give it a try because eventually I am going to educate you in the answer. So it's a win-win thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's a win-win thing. You check. So the first question is this: Under what parish or what parish does Saint Joseph belong to?
I never know that name.
You know where Saint Joseph is?
Yeah.
You know the location of Saint Joseph. You already been to Saint Joe? Today is Saturday, and today is actually the opening of Saint Joe Carnival. We're in the carnival season, so we asking you about questions about Saint Joe. You understand what I'm saying? And Saint Joseph belongs to what parish?
Well, I don't say one name. I'm not sure.
All right, it's okay, but let's give a little
Probably-
try a thing. Try a thing.
Can't be- Probably Saint David.
Saint David. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? You give a try. You laughing yourself then.
Okay, Saint David. Nobody will answer you. You.
No, I don't.
Well, Saint David, man.
Nah, alright,
I'm strong
alright.
with my answer. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Alright. The first question I have for you today is an easy one. We're talking about the parishes. And we're asking you, what parish or which of the parishes does the village of Saint Joseph belong to?
I don't remember, no. Honestly, don't know.
Try, man. If you just go straight to not remembering,
I don't remember.
if you think of the location of Saint Joseph and you think of the parishes in your mind, I'm sure you can get the answer.
I can honestly tell you, the South alone I know. South Parish.
So you're from South.
I'm from South, so I don't know about up there.
So listen to that. Today, today is the opening of St. Joe. Yeah, so we're supporting the carnival season. Name the parish St. Joseph belongs to.
Father, I lost there.
No man, you can't lost 2 seconds you take there. You can't lost already. Take your time.
No, I lost.
Take your time.
That one, it lose me.
No man, take your
No,
time.
that one, it lose me.
It lose you.
Yeah.
But let me tell you to sweep sir.
I can't think now.
No, let me tell you. No, those come down on the side. Let me tell you to sweep sir. Oh shit, let me go in. Let me go in, yeah. Sorry about that. That was what I was supposed to do from the start. You check?
Yeah.
But we consider our show, our game show, a very educational show. It's an education. We promote education, educate the public of my country, Dominica, whatever country I might be in the future. You understand? And the village of Saint Joseph belongs to the parish of Saint Joseph.
That one take me there.
Woo! You know that I love my life, eh?
Same.
I love my life, stress-free. Nobody doesn't bother me. That is our theme this year. You know the vibes already. And today is the opening of Carnival in St. Joe. And our theme of our question is about the parishes of the country. Right? We have 10 parishes. He's an educated man, you know that.
That's the thing from social studies in grade 5 where I
Oh,
forget.
it's problem. So, if you can tell us which parish does Saint Joseph belong to?
But I forget that. No, I don't even joking. I forget them parishes clean.
It's an educational show, I cannot blame you.
Okay.
I cannot blame you.
No,
And you know what?
also, I can look there.
But you don't answer nothing, you just simply said
But I
you
don't-
didn't know.
okay.
You know, so it's a bad thing to forget?
No, it's not a bad thing to forget.
No, but it's a good thing for us to be on a show in the ROSEAU city reminding you those things you forget.
Okay.
Do you know how much parishes we have in Dominica?
10.
We have 10 parishes in Dominica. Do you know which parish Saint Joseph is belonging to in Dominica?
But Saint Joseph is not the parish now. But Saint Joseph is the parish.
Now you make it sound like you just too smart. You guys good? You guys good? You guys ready?
Yeah,
Who's gonna answer?
I can say it.
Yes,
Say it.
brother.
Saint George.
Saint George.
You ask if Saint Joseph.
It's saying what parish does
what
Saint
parish
Joseph
Saint
belong
Joseph
to? Yeah.
belong to?
Itself.
You said Saint George. You said itself. Don't come and run in the way.
I
don't want my
feel it's Saint
brother.
George because I think this all is part of like ROSEAU and whatever. Mutal.
Saint Joseph is part of ROSEAU.
No.
ROSEAU is part of Saint George. Right, Saint Joe.
I know it, I just.
No, my brother, it's been a while since I do social studies in school. So.
Only
And I know it's a trick question,
Yeah,
but
it could be a trick question.
no, it's not could be.
Okay, well, it is a trick question.
Yeah, I
So
know.
then, what tricky about it?
Right.
What tricky about it then, Desi?
What tricky about
Yeah.
it is the question. Check.
So what is the answer that is tricky? I don't understand.
The
If it's
answer-
St. George, then how is it tricky? Or if it's St. Mark, then how is it tricky? So if it's tricky, then it has to be a tricky answer.
Tricky, not cheeky.
Can't believe that would
Desi,
Mm.
what tricky about the answer? The question.
Alright, say it one more time. Say it one more time.
What parish does St. Joseph belong to?
Fine. I mean, we outside digital, you know.
I want you to just be calm.
Hey
Okay,
Siri.
Right now, you're afraid. You're afraid to answer. You're afraid to give me an answer. But you said something that triggered my interest. You said the question is a tricky question. Why? It has to have a reason it's tricky.
Fine.
Is it because of the name Saint Joseph? And all our parish is like a Saint something?
Yeah.
That are making it tricky?
Mm.
Okay, well, good, d'accord.
I still want to answer it. You know.
Okay, you're not gonna answer it?
No, because-
Alright, so the answer is Saint Joseph. The parish of Saint Joseph belongs to the village of Saint
I
Joseph.
say itself.
Yeah, you said that, but that's
Yes.
why I was fighting you there. But for some reason, you was afraid to answer.
No, I
For
said
some reason-
itself.
no, that wasn't the answer. You answered. You decided who to give my answer. I asked you, will you decide? That's why I came to you for you to say it again.
You don't see Mr.
But you
Evil.
wasn't.
You don't see Mr. Evil.
Oh my God. People think that the parish is Saint Joe. No, it's Saint Joe that
It's
in the
Saint Joe.
Saint Joseph parish.
Parish, yeah.
So it's
True,
not
true,
that
true.
Saint Joe is a parish. It's a place called a parish. It's parish belongs to a single.
So I was right.
You was right. That's why I check in. That's a brilliant statement. That's just right because it's
basically,
like a parish, but it's just not the parish, just in the parish.
Right, so I was right. Let's look. St. Luke's
And in fact,
primary
a good
school,
fun fact is, Pomisha is the only village in Nook.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pomisha is the only village. Look, it's like other parishes have more than one villages,
Right,
but Pomisha
That's
is
the
the
small-
only
yeah,
village
that's
in
probably
St.
the
Luke.
smallest one, too.
Is it maybe the smallest one? It can compete with St. Mark, which is Soufriere and
So,
Scotland.
right. But
You know?
it's still big, yeah.
Yeah, it's big. I don't know how big Pomisha is, but for Pomisha to have its own parish, I find they should give them a little Star Wars. Name one village that belongs to the parish of St. Andrew.
Goodwill.
Goodwill? Goodwill, you sticking that? You give an answer one time.
Yeah.
You give an answer one time. I'm gonna pressure you. So it's a good answer. It's an answer. Better than no answer. It's better than no answer. But St. Andrew actually belongs to the Marigot constituency. You know. That's the only other way. You know.
In school, to be honest, in school we never go into detail. Just St. Parishes, St. Patrick, St. David, St. You know, and
So we know all the names of the empire. You know.
yeah,
So if I ask you to name 5 parish for us, which is half of 10, you can name 5.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, St. Joseph, St. Andrew, St. David, St. Patrick, St. Paul.
St. Paul. Name a village. Name a village in the parish of St. Andrew. Only one village in the parish of St. Andrew. What happened? What did big laughter over? What is that?
Boy.
Is that a hard question?
No, I don't really know them parishes. Check,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I just
Well,
want.
but it's an
I just want to-
educational show, you know.
Yeah, yes.
It
yes.
is, and we seek.
And you are educating us.
Yeah, we
check,
seek
yeah.
to educate the public. That's what we do. That's our sole goal.
Yes,
we can laugh with you.
Yes.
Yeah, and say, no, we having fun education. You check?
Also, you reminded me of a couple things there, you check?
Yeah. So somebody at the back say Marigot, and he's right
Bless up, brother.
because
Bless
the
up,
parish
bless
of
up.
St. Andrew is in the Marigot constituency.
Okay.
We Gucci? We Gucci?
Yeah.
We Gucci. All right, man. You correct. You know why? You know why I feeling like I excited right now because no one today got that answer.
Nobody
Nobody.
at all?
And you're not a Dominican.
No. Well, I'm in Dominica for a good while now, but I'm not a
You're
Dominican.
not a Dominican, my brother. You're there for a good. It doesn't matter. You wasn't born here.
No.
You was never born here. Did you go to primary school here?
Yes.
My God, you there for a while.
A while. Yeah, that was telling you I'm here for a while.
Woo! But anyways, we're moving on. Can you name a village in the parish of St. Andrew?
In the parish of St. Andrew, Marigot.
You're not a Dominican. You're not. You didn't born in Princess Margaret Hospital.
At all.
But you know them.
Yeah.
One more. Name one village in the parish of St. Andrew. Only one village.
In the parish of
St. Andrew.
my God. Londonderry.
With dear man. Who is this guy?
Mr. looking like my beau père.
Who is this guy?
I
Never seen this guy before.
Person, you know.
You know him.
No, I don't know Mr.
I see Mr. already. I just kind of remember.
No, Asman. You don't find Mr. looking like Mr. Father?
My uncle, actually.
Oh, your uncle? Okay.
I can't remember.
No, I don't know.
Some sports person or something?
Some sports person.
I don't know. Jupini, I don't know.
Jupini. Yeah. Now I'm going to show you a picture. To try and rush through this so you guys can get all the time to leave.
Okay.
Who is that person?
You know that?
Mr. Patrick John.
Yeah. You sure that John Gork?
That's the correct John.
Who is this man?
Let me ask you a question. That man from Dominica?
That man is a Dominican.
You give me a little hint now.
A little hint?
Popo, me from
He was a
ROSEAU.
prime minister.
Oh. Well, Patrick John?
Patrick John is still alive. Where he is now? Well, in infamy, man. That man, I find that man living long.
Ah, yeah, like that.
You alive? That's something, you learn something every day, you know. I thought the man died. I check in, he's our first prime minister. That's over 40 something years ago. He was prime minister at that age. He alive today. The guy is over 80.
That's nothing.
That's nothing, man. We can't live that long, man. We have good genes, you know, in Dominica, you know.
Yeah, man.
We have good genes in
You can
Dominica.
dash in.
You can dash.
That's helping nothing.
How old are you? You know about, you can tell us your age? You want to tell us your age? 32. You're 32 years old, right? Do you know who this guy is at 32?
Patrick John.
Okay. Well, you know he's a wise guy.
Yeah, man. I know all them things.
I'm going to show you a picture.
Yeah.
It's a familiar face. Judging from your knowledge, it's a familiar face. Do you know who this man is?
Patrick John.
Who is this man? I don't blame you here because he's not our age. I can't blame you. I can give you a hint. He's one of our prime minister. Well, used to be prime minister.
I saw they have a school after him. They have a school after him.
You have a school after him?
I don't know. The school now? He's a past prime minister.
He's our first prime minister.
No, I going to really look to there. Boy.
What?
No, because
He's really a smart fella. You defensive.
yeah, man, I got no
That
clue
is
if I
not
can say.
our. Well, if I tell you all that you really don't, then you really don't know him.
Yeah. You see now, like for history now in the SMA, yeah, I go to SMA. Like history now.
You went to
I went to SMA.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction. I went to SMA.
Because I know you graduate.
Yeah.
I was there.
So basically, like most of the times our history is in book. We didn't really go on like most of the history we really actually did was like history of the Caribbean, not like in Dominica.
So then we need to work on our history in Dominica. then.
Yeah, because
Our history in the schools, and all of us should know our history as Dominicans.
yeah, like the most of the history we get into now in high school is like Caribs and Arawaks and them type of stuff there in high school.
Yeah.
For, well, when the year that I went, check. But most of the time we were focusing on like different type of historian figures. You check like people like Toussaint Louverture, Bookman Doty, them type of
So they
fellas.
never
yeah.
teach you about Patrick John.
Patrick John. PJ. I remember P John, I remember that. Okay, I remember that from SMP. P John. Big up Sir Tyson one time, P John. I remember, I remember that.
I know who the site is.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, but Patrick John was our first prime minister, and that was him. And I you know, if you
I don't know his face. Honestly, I
no,
don't know his
that's
face.
why I love this show.
I didn't
That's
know
why I
his
love
face.
right now. You should
See,
just
now-
like the show. Right now,
See,
you know this
I
guy's
you
face.
check now I know this guy's face. You check me. I didn't know it before, but now I know. Check.
You guys are smart, man. You guys are smart. You guys can go through all my questions. What's wrong, man? What's wrong, man? I'm gonna give you one more question. That's the final question.
Okay.
This one is a little different, but I just want you guys to give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
You ready, Maxian?
Let's go. Let's
All right,
go.
listen to the question. We're gonna watch the camera while we give this question. What do you call a woman that knows where her husband is at all times?
Pregnant. I just kidding.
Go easy, go easy, go easy. What do you call? Let me ask your brother the question. What do you call a woman that knows where her husband is at all times?
She's a stalker.
She's a stalker?
Yeah.
A stalker? Say that again, say that again.
She's a stalker.
She's stalking you. That's a good answer. That's very good. What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is?
A wife.
Okay. What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is?
Repeat that again.
What do you call a woman? A woman, right? Who always know where her husband is.
What do you call a woman who always know where?
What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is?
Okay, no, I don't know that one. Nah. I don't know that one.
I'm not gonna try first. My part, nobody get that, eh?
True.
And you twice your age.
She always know where the husband is. She always know where the husband is.
Always.
Okay. No, I think I have an old name there, but it don't make it, it don't make sense. What? No, I lost there. Eh?
You just say you're picking up an old name.
No,
there.
the old name, it don't make sense.
What do you mean now? You never know. You
No.
never know.
No.
You never know, my
No,
brother.
I lose there. I lose
You
there.
never know. Give it to me. Give it to me, man. You
No.
never know.
No, I was going to say a prostitute, but it's far from that. You check?
How a prostitute always know your husband
That I
is?
tell you, it's far from that.
So you're just thinking of any random woman there.
Yeah. Well,
Just
there
think
I
of,
lose there.
If you think of
I
the
lose.
question, if you think of the question a little bit, you might actually get the answer because easy questions we're passing around, right?
Mhm.
What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is?
That I tell you, I don't know. That one lose me there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No problem.
As you answer. But I want to know, you know, Jack.
What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is? What? What do you call?
Take your time.
I don't know how to approach the question. You check me.
Be very careful.
You check. Have to be very questionable. Alright. Okay.
You don't your mother watching that video, yeah?
I bet she don't watch it, but I'm nothing, man. You know already. Yeah. What do you call a woman that always knows where her husband is? I honestly don't know the answer for that.
You cannot try anything. Nothing comes to mind.
She always know where her husband is.
Always know where her husband is.
That's supposed to be like a Dominican term or something, like a
I promise you that question has nothing to do with Dominica.
a woman that always know where her husband is. A man tracker. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is?
A spouse.
How do you call a woman?
Mm.
Your husband is a spouse.
Oh,
So what do you call a woman that always know where her husband is or where her spouse is?
Father, how comes you father? So you leave me there in the dry then?
Okay. I trying to
Meditate on that.
figure it out.
What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is.
Why? I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
don't know.
A
You
real
don't know.
woman?
No, a real woman.
Yeah.
A real woman. No answer at all. No, not a guess.
Wifey?
Wifey. No guess. Just that's it. Okay, no problem. No problem. Not all the time you can give a good guess. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just need to try something. But a woman that always know where her husband is called a widow because her husband is dead.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
My 190, my brother. That is why I said we are 100 on. We have one more question. Listen to the question and listen to it carefully. Think of the question and think of it carefully. Understand the question and understand it properly. You understand me? What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is? What do you call a woman that always know where her husband is?
A woman that always know where her husband is. What do you call a woman that always know where their husband is?
Yes.
A woman that always minding their husband business.
A woman that always minding her husband business.
Yes.
So she safe always on her husband boom boom.
Yeah.
Yo, you need to buy ticket on the spot here. This has been What's This? This is an educational game show taking place on our streets of Dominica, teaching Dominicans about Dominica. It's an educational show. I love it. You love it. We all love it. Look out for it.
What's this?
But you know why I like the answer? Because it makes sense.
It making sense?
It's making sense. Because I like, to me, my wife has to always know where I be. She has to be tracking me. I don't tell her.
Also, big up yourself.
Yeah.
I think about follow me on SoundCloud, Jack Sands, Sanz, Nerdy. Cool.
What's this?
Bing bang boom. What's this?
What's this?
We are here with the Smith brothers. Hey, I want to thank you guys for participating in the show. This is a wonderful show. This show is actually on the digital channel 3. I spoke to you guys about that, you know?
Yeah.
The wonderful channel. And as well, every Wednesday we launching this episode. Every Wednesday we launch an episode on the digital channel at 8 p.m. Not just that, the same episode is also premiered the next day on YouTube and Facebook. So you can always follow us on YouTube, which is What's This? Very easy to find. If you cannot find it, if you just write What's This episode 1 and you must get something.
Alright.
You know?
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Have a good day. Thanks for giving me a little bit of your time.